Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. How's it going, y'all? All right. Here we go. New week, same problems. Background music gives you Christmas vibes. Yeah, I didn't love that. but unavoidable. Oh my god, Pheasant SC2. Finally your 1 year. Thank you for subscribing at tier 1 for 12 months. Really appreciate that. That sweet founder badge. Thank you. Yeah, let's change the radio station. How are you doing, Pekarik? How's your journey into Godot gone? Speaking of which, Godot 4.5 just came out. I kind of wanted to go through the new version a little bit. Take a look at it. 4.5 stable came out a few days ago. It's got some awesome new stuff like the stencil buffer. I know a lot of people are real excited about a stencil buffer. For me, not so much because I don't really do 3D stuff, but you know, you could probably find some uses for the stencil buffer in 2D though. Where's the highlights? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, this is some wild stuff. Very cool. Screen reader support seems pretty cool too. That's a nice... There's a few nice wins in here for accessibility. Script backtracing, custom loggers, that seems nice. I need to set some of that up, but it seems nice. Shader Baker, this also seems good for like bigger games that have to compile their shaders. Internationalization Live preview is pretty cool. You can just swap out different languages in the editor, I think, so that you can test the like spacing and everything. That's pretty neat, with some limitations. Hey, Smooth in a second. How's it going? Here's something fun. Theoretically, it'd be fun for us. This is chunk tile map physics. So like the system can actually batch together colliders for multiple tile cells rather than just having a physics body for each cell. I think that's pretty neat. I don't really turn physics on with tile maps, but it's an option. Something we could be doing. And now it's more performant. Duplicate. Oh yeah, I need to send this to somebody. I need to tell somebody about this. I'll do it later today. But yeah, duplicating the deep duplicate. Having that work is pretty neat. We don't tend to do that very much, but build profiles is pretty cool too, as far as limiting it to what you actually use and being able to detect that is pretty neat. Mute game toggle, this is great. So when you're like testing your game, you can just mute the music as a function of the embedded game tab, which is pretty great. Rather than having to like delete your music player auto load or something. Dragging and drop resources by UID is pretty cool. It looks like this is the default behavior now, because it says you just control drag. I feel like they used to do file path, but it seems like now it uses the unique ID, which is cool. Selecting multiple remote nodes at runtime. I guess that's cool. Hey, Diginanigans. Pekarik, you're great. You spent what felt like 5 years trying to create a soundtrack, but you just gave up. couldn't find... oh, you wanted to use FL Studio. In the end, you found a program. You went with some music assets. Yeah, no, there's a line you got to draw somewhere. Hey, shenanigans. You were just looking through these. The 4.5 stencil buffers are useful to you. Yeah, I could imagine. Not really for me at the moment, but that's nice to have. Stuff about export variables is variants. I hate variants, but they are useful. Toggleable inspector sections is cool. The little color picker thing, this is kind of a neat thing to put in here. I always would just use the constants or whatever. Paste is unique. I haven't seen that. Oh, that's kind of cool. Append signal source is kind of nice. I think it just passes in the object as like a bound parameter. I assume that's how that works. That seems kind of cool to just be able to do that automatically without having to, you know, specify that later. Some stuff with animation player, like Bezier curves, which I don't use, but I should. DPI aware icons. I love that. That is crisp. Can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see that on my 4K monitor. That often looks pretty blurry. Yeah, that's nice. Some GUI stuff is cool. I want to mess around with this foldable container. I haven't really tried this before, but it looks neat. The recursive override here seems really cool. With the focus and the mouse behavior recursive. There's a good example of how you would want, why you would want that in here. I would probably explain it poorly. Required qualifier. There are a bunch of stuff here about platforms. I don't know much of this. I'm just going to kind of glance over all this stuff. See what the Windows says. Oh, getting rid of the RC edit thing is cool, but it really doesn't matter if you have a Windows machine. WebAssembly SIMD support. That's pretty neat. And Bare Necessities doesn't seem to have any performance issues, but it'd be nice that we got this going forward. Some .NET stuff. Oh, this is cool. A variadic argument. You can have like an endless array of like parameters. You can have a parameter that's basically an array, and you can pass it in like this. That's kind of cool. It's pretty limited in terms of when you would need that, but that's nice. Since Godot doesn't let you do like function overloading like you might want to handle this, you can at least kind of just do it this way as long as all the parameters are like the same. Actually, I don't know if all the parameters need to be the same type. It's just an array. That'll be interesting to mess around with. I'm kind of interested in that. Abstract classes, that's fun. Saves you the mistake of accidentally instantiating something that has to be extended by something else. So abstract classes are cool. We use that quite a bit in Digital Iliad for a few things. Some stuff with GD extension and main loop callbacks. I don't know about animation bones. Oh, this is cool. You can change the import settings for multiple assets. Nice. At the same time. This gamepad input driver is interesting. It looks like they've kind of offloaded the responsibility for that to a third party, the SDL project. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. Dedicated 2D navigation server. It used to just be a hook into 3D, I guess, which increased the... It meant your export needed to support 3D. So getting rid of that. I should really try navigation servers. Or just using their navigation stuff. I almost always just use A star. But that's because I'm like a tile map fiend. Process navigation regions asynchronously. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I should really try their nav systems more. I don't know. I don't know enough about physics to understand how this interpolation is going to work. Huh. Seems like some good stuff under the hood. Some cool rendering stuff. For again, 3D, which we don't. Ooh, that looks nice. The normal bender. It's kind of neat. XR. Let's just pretend XR is not here. Look at all of this. Look at how many people did this. It's incredible. We know a few of these people. There's David Snopek. Does like all sorts of stuff. Amazing. 2,500 commits. Nearly 2,500 commits. 400 contributors. More than 400 contributors. Also, there was that cool accessibility stuff with Access Kit. Amazing. Godot 4.5. Go try it. Very cool. Picaric, it's so hard to keep up with anything at all with all the studying. Can't imagine having an actual job and still having time for anything on weekdays. It's tough. It's tough. I have a day job. I managed to find, a few hours to do game dev. Usually, sometimes even more. So I'll work 7 or 8 hours on a weekday for my day job. And then I will do game dev for 2 to 6 hours on top of that. It's a wide range because I usually stream for 2 or 3 hours in the middle of the day, and then I usually have a game dev co-working group that meets up after dinner, and I'll do that for another few hours. So it's all my time. I don't have time, to do all the things that people would like to do, for work-life balance and stuff. I have a hard time finding time to, go for a bike ride or whatever. Clean the apartment, beyond the minimum required to, be a human being. So, yeah, it's definitely a struggle. But there's really nothing else you can do if this is what you want to do. Most people don't start making games in a position where, they can put all of their time into it. All right, so we're going to fix an issue today. I'm already partway into the fix. We already upgraded our project to 4.5 here. There's a weird code signing issue with the 4.5 release. It seems fine. It seems like they just have some expired certificates. I have a really nice tea here. I was feeling like tea this morning. I made this huge thermos of tea, and I got that like honey ratio exactly correct, where it's not sickeningly sweet, but it's just it just feels like this golden coating. Nectar-esque. Hey, Skywalk. How's it going? Picaric, you guess time finds itself eventually. Can you explain a little about game jolts? Find them interesting. You've never heard anything about them. You know only the concept. I don't even know what a game jolt is, so let's go. I don't know what this is. It's a social community platform for video games. What is this? Or what are they called again? Not sure. Not sure what you're referencing to. Are you talking about game jams? Well, I learned about a new social media platform that I want to ignore and pretend doesn't exist. The thing where developers come around and do a game in a limited time. No, yeah, exactly. Game jam. Yeah, game jam. Like jam is in like jelly. Or I jammed my toe. Yeah, they're cool. They're all over the place. Game jam is great. It's pretty much exactly what you said. It's, you know, a group of game developers coming together to make a game in a limited amount of time under various constraints. Itch has a jams page. So itch.io/jams. There's a listing of all of them, which is pretty neat. There are a lot of game jams. These are all the game jams going right now that are registered on itch. There are more that aren't. But yeah, it's wild. What do we got coming up? Some of them are small with just like a few people. Some of them are huge with thousands and thousands of participants. Didn't the Journ Jam just start, or was that last weekend? Might have been last weekend. But yeah, these are wild. I encourage people to try these. Godot has one called the Wild Jam. I think that one also just... I don't think that one's going still. But yeah, there's so many jams. It's so great. 500,000 games have been created for jams hosted on itch.io. I think it's a great way to learn. The time constraint really pushes you to achieve things that you might not have thought were possible, you know? I don't see any here at the moment, but I know a few are going right now. Oh yeah, the Wild Jam. We're right in the middle of the current Godot Wild Jam, number 85. That's a nice one. That's a 9-day jam. I would be tempted to try one of these at some point. Pump up the jams, yeah. The only thing with these is this doesn't have like a... What is it? So the theme this time is expansion. That's fun. I think that's a good theme. Some wild cards that you can pick. You can, I think, ignore these or not. Use only one location. Use a restricted color palette. I love that. I love doing that. Autumnal. Cozy vibes and autumn-like atmosphere. Yeah, I need to try doing one of these. Be fun. Yeah, love game jams. All right. So the issue that we're here to address today. What level of skill do you require to have participate? There are rules. Each jam has its own rules. The level of skill required depends entirely on the composition of the team that you're in. If you are in a team at all. If you're not in a team, you have to be able to make a whole game, right? If you are in a team, you just need to do part of it. The bigger jams usually have methods for identifying and finding teams. You kind of just got to pick a jam that looks good to you. And just be willing to put yourself out there, you know? That's like one of the hardest parts. All right, so the issue that I want to address is this issue. I call it like a tile overlap issue. And it's an issue where tiles above lower tiles overwrite them and cause some issues with outlining in certain cases. So we can look at a couple of the different cases. And I already have a fix in mind. I just need to finish putting in the effort to actually do it. We're going to teach the auto tiler about corners this week, I think. I would like to be able to get rid of these little dots here. I'd like to teach the auto tiler about corners. Anyway, So we could have a number of issues here. Here's an issue that we might have. Let's say we do a selection, right? So we like select this layer. Well, you can see that there's no outline on the top, right? There's only an outline along the sides and the bottom. And that's because the tile above it is overwriting what's below it. We've already fixed this issue at this level, sort of. But there's a similar issue on the floor here. Like, you can see the upper left there has no outline because the tile above it is, again, overwriting it. I actually am not sure if we can fix that. Well, we can fix that. We just need to change the rules a little bit. Yeah, we can change the auto tiling a little bit, the rules to allow for that sort of thing. We need to stop depending on the wall for placing the outline there. We would need to depend on the this floor piece for doing it, because then the floor piece can either be black or white depending on if it's selected or whatever. But you can see this crop up all over the place. Like if I put a door here, you can see the door is missing its outlines as well. Same problem. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna erase the bottom section, the bottom line, if you will, of each tile that isn't being outlined along the bottom. So we're erasing the like underlying texture for the bottom line of each of these. And that should address the issue. We just gotta do it. Oh, excuse me. So that involves making some pretty tedious changes to this. So I've fixed this, which is our template. This is our like template file. This is what like a regular square block would look like in tile atlas form. And I've already fixed it. You can see I've removed the bottom line whenever it's not an outline, you know. And I split this into multiple layers. So what we need to do is we need to rebuild the tile set atlas source here. Which is the hull type block. Here we go. We gotta rebuild this one to match that setup. It's going to involve a ton, an absolute ton. Oh, maybe it won't. Maybe this will actually be easier than I thought it would be. We just need to change the texture, not the outline. So these texture bits need to change. And that should be pretty easy. We can just go over here. Grab these. And replace these with that. And now they're shorter. And they should be usable for this purpose. Huh, this is the same color? Great. Now I gotta do the others. Yeah, this should not take very long to fix. Then we can start working on the auto tiling rules probably. How's everyone doing this week? All right. The doors shouldn't need any changes. Because they are all outlined. Is there a reason we might want to... Like, do we want to erase this piece? No, we can't really. That would look weird. I don't think we have a problem. We also don't have a problem with the Z... Oh, we do. No, we don't. We don't have a problem with the Z layers because they already have this trim. They've already been trimmed like this. So we just got to do the X and the Y layers. And we just did the X, so let's do the Y. And then we're done. Let's see. Arneo, is it just yours? The Atlas gotten a lot more dense. Yeah, this is the new format we use. It's very dense. It's very nice. It's about as dense as it could be. Considering. And yeah, these are the ones that are tied to the hull types. And they also just have the doors thrown in just because we were wasting a bunch of this space. So we might as well put the doors in here. But yeah, this is nice. They include the corners now. These are new. These tile set atlas sources. I say new. We've been working on them a while, but... How are you doing? Carrick, you're adding snow particles to make them always be around. Can you parent them to a camera so you don't have to render them full scale, the whole map? Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. There's a few ways you could approach that. You could probably have them follow the camera around. That would probably be fine. There's like a emission setting you'd want to change. You'd want them to emit in world space, not local space. Because if you have them emit in local space and then you move the emitter, things will be weird. Like the particles will move with the thing that you're moving it with. But if you emit the particles into world space, then if you move the emitter, the particles will stay there. So I think that's the only thing you would really need to address. It's just make sure you've got the particles emitting into their correct space. Which is world and not local. I think that sounds right. I haven't done particles in a minute. But that was definitely an issue I had. Hey, Nix. Thanks for the hydrate. I guess I'll have some water. I'm enjoying my tea so much I don't want any water. Tea. Yes, indeed. How are you doing? Are we done? Oh, no, we're copying this. All right, I think that's it. I think this largely solves that issue. Excuse me. You're free of work for 4 weeks at least. That is a lot of free time. In a month and a half, you'll have your first employment for okay. You'll have your first appointment for your surgery. That'll be nice. Man. So you're just hanging out. Try not to spend all of it playing RimWorld, you know? Maybe read a book. Oh, hey, Yarnold. Yeah, it might look weird if the camera moves and the snow moves with it. You can have the emitters parent to the camera, but have the particles be independent. Yeah, I think you just do that. Extend the borders of the emitter beyond the view screen so the camera moves fast. There's always snow falling. Yeah. But I think you can change the space in which the particles are being emitted, right? Let's look at to the docs. I'm going to presume you're going to be using GPU Particles 3D. Because that's probably the one you'd want to use. Yeah, they shouldn't be local. They should be emitted globally, I'm pretty sure. Because, yeah, even if you increase the size of the emitter, you still want the particles to be in global space. You can't play RimWorld, sadly. Anything that has to do with a mouse, you're blocked from. Right. You'll have to get creative. I guess that explains why you were watching The Hobbit. I haven't done this in a while. Yeah, there's a setting that makes the particles of the emitter global. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure where it is, but we'll find it. Local coordinates, bool. Yeah, you want local coordinates to be false, which it's false by default, so that's good. I didn't realize they were false by default. That's nice. So yeah, you would just leave that as false. How's it going, Jarl? You've been playing the 2 Lord of the Rings games, though? You can play that with an Xbox controller? Oh, you can use an Xbox controller. All right. Nice. All right, let's see if we fixed the thing. Mostly. There will be a couple cases that we need to address in other ways. This should mostly fix the issues we're seeing. Oi. So now if I have to hollow out the rooms first, I guess. So if I select like this, boink. Yeah, there we go. All right. Oh, that's a little awkward. There's some overlap here. Huh. Oh, and you can see it now because that's no longer opaque. All right, we can fix that. We can fix that. That's good. That fixes that. Let's see about the doors. So if I put some doors here at like an airlock or something. Yeah, we can see their outlines too. Beautiful. All right. We still don't have this fixed, this line, because the outline is coming down from this wall. So we got to fix that. But we're doing good. We're doing good. We can fix this little thing right here pretty easily, I think. We have to just apply the same adjustments to the selected thing, the selection. Hold default. I think hover is probably already good. Maybe not. Hold on. Arnold, you were trying to use particle emitters for a projectile gun on a moving spaceship. It turned out to be a bad idea. Yeah, that would probably be a bad idea. Because the speeds and the distances, that would be hard. All right, so I do this. I do this. Do we have any overlap? Okay, no overlap. That's what we like to see. So it's just the selection. Yeah, the selection one has an overlap. We need to fix that. Easy. You can move your arm, just not your shoulder. Oh yeah, I could see how that would be a problem. But hey, there's a lot of console games. Yeah. But Carrick, you know it should be the other way around, but you made literally just a player that can move around HP and damage. Other than that, you're just going all in on graphics and immersion. Might work out. I think it's fine. I think when you're learning an engine, how an engine works, I think that's fine. That's what I've found. I've found as I've been, you know, preoccupied with the implementation of the idea because I've been learning how to like make the implementation. But I think once you have the implementation down, that's when you start thinking about the design of everything, right? Like once it's no longer, once you know that you can make the thing, you get to spend more time thinking about what you should make, right? So yeah, I think as long as you're, you know, still at the like let's learn this engine phase, I wouldn't worry too much about what you're implementing, just how you implement it. Yeah, Arnold, graphics and immersion is what it's all about. Plenty of games you play just for the mood. Yeah. I like that. That's something I'm gravitating more and more. I'm getting less competitive in games. I'm becoming more vibe based. In terms of what I want to play, how I want to spend my time. You can add a simple and engaging mechanic later, or maybe just write a bit of story. Yeah, you could. You totally could. All right, what am I doing? I'm not in this. This is the wrong program. We got to grab the default selected. And yeah, we got to erase some stuff out of this. That's fine. That's fine. We could either erase this by hand or rebuild it. Let's see if we could rebuild it, because that would be quicker. Well, theoretically quicker. I also kind of want to fix it so that we have these separate outline and texture layers. So I kind of just want to, well, I kind of just want to start over with this piece. It's probably the easiest way to do this. You cannot delete all layers. Well, let's just start over then, huh? How about that? What is this? 256 by 5. Should I just duplicate this whole file? Is that like a save as? Default selected. All right, so now all we really got to do is take the outline layers, replace the colorings with this for each of the outline layers. All right. Carrick, you're thinking your story right now is about a penguin. Oh, I like that. Wakes up with no memory, goes through a world corrupted by Krampus because Santa was killed. Oh, I'm not gonna say the last part because that's a spoiler. That sounds hilarious. All right, let's see if I can easily do this. What do I do like this? Yeah, okay, so it's not. Might have made a mistake here. Oh well, we might have to do this the annoying way. That's okay. Dealing with transparency is a little hard sometimes. Oh, I went too far. There we go. Okay, now I have to copy these over. This is going to look like nothing. All right, semi-transparent overlay. Here we come. Just a few more of these. Anyone watching anything good? Anything cool lately? I'm watching a lot of Strange New Worlds. It's been fun. I've been really enjoying the episodes this season. The last couple I watched have been really good. These pixels are the same size as the little selection cubes. It's tripping me up a little bit. Kind of funny though. Arneo, you're mostly been watching Alien Earth, which is awesome. Also Foundation for some reason, which was delightfully terrible all the way to the end. I started watching Foundation and then I fell off, but I think I'm gonna give it another try. Just because I'm kind of trying to absorb a lot of sci-fi vibe kind of shows. Just absorb their aesthetics a little bit right now. But yeah, I keep hearing about Alien Earth, which I should watch. I've mostly been very meh on pretty much all modern Alien adaptations. I've ranged from like to So my expectations are low, but everyone says it's good, so I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I have no shortage of sci-fi shows that I should watch. I'll finish up Strange New Worlds. I keep kind of pushing my way through Discovery. I don't watch it very often, but I'm gonna get through it. And then I'm somewhere in the middle of like season 3, maybe, of The Expanse. I don't know, 2 or 3. I don't remember. That show has also been a struggle for me, but I want to get through it. Tempted to just go back and watch season 1 again, which was my favorite so far. And I've been watching my Firefly Blu-rays. Just put that in every once in a while. Love that show. Yeah, kind of the last thing I want to do when I'm done with my workday is continue to be at my computer. So I've really gravitated away from like playing games on my computer. I don't want to spend any more time here at this desk. It kind of limits what I can do, so watching stuff has kind of been it. I do have an Xbox. I need to play some more Xbox games. Well, watching stuff has been nice. Problem is, I'll start working while I'm at the couch watching stuff. I'll like open up my laptop and grab my drawing tablet and just start messing around. So at least I'm in a different position though, you know, at least I'm somewhere else in the apartment. Somewhere with worse ergonomics. All right, that looks good. Arneo, Expanse is a big inspiration for your game. You're trying to make the missiles work as both offensive tools and countermeasures, so the combat could resemble Expanse-based combat more. Yeah, countermeasure missile stuff. Missile interception like that is cool. Missiles fighting missiles. Very math heavy. But the missile knows where it is, because the missile knows where it isn't. Whoa, what the heck happened here? Oh, is this layer just not... Wait, what the heck happened? Stop. Oh, did I just put this on the wrong layer? I probably did. There we go. Transparency is weird. Whoa, what the heck? Huh. Oh, cool. Yeah, we've got a Discord. Let me grab you the link. Love to see the kind of stuff you're working on. Here's the invite link. I'd be very amused to see the direction you're taking this. Oh, this is going to be annoying to redraw. It's fine. We'll do it. There, we're going into ads. All right, time to just erase bits of this. Just the top sections. Hey, Alex Ersky. You joined recently. You were just looking through the show your work feed, so thanks. Yeah, thanks. It's really great. A lot of people are working on some really cool stuff, and they're nice enough to share it there. It's kind of funny how that seems to be the lifeblood of like any given game dev Discord is the like show your work area. So yeah, I'm happy to provide a place for that. I love seeing what everyone's working on. How's it going, by the way? All right, we're almost done with this. Did I miss anything? No? Good. All right, so now we have our semi-transparent stuff. So we will overwrite the last file. And that should fix that weird overlapping issue we were seeing. Hey, Pekarik. You know you've got some pretty big delays on YouTube. No, it's literally YouTube. It's not your internet. YouTube is very high quality. We are streaming in 4K on YouTube. It is the it is where all the VODs go after the live stream. So we're streaming for maximum quality on YouTube, but the downside of that, and I don't know how much of this is just YouTube itself, like just kind of the way they treat live streams, but the delay is long. I also don't pay much attention. And by much it means I don't notice all the time. But yeah, it's definitely a lot more responsive to be on the Twitch side. But some people manage. Luxursky, you might show what you've done recently. It's not much since it's your first project, but it's fun to learn. Yeah, whatever you want to show. If you want help with any of it, we got a channel for that too, you know? Diginanigans, you've already started moving on from your Blockbench plugin. And you're now writing a C# script to do the same thing, but bypassing both Blockbench and Godot. You are out of control, Diginanigans. Now you can just run the script on your Vox files and have optimized GLTFs directly in Godot. Probably set it up so you can just point it at a folder. Maybe with some config files, let it auto-update and parse everything. That is wild. That is hilarious. But sounds optimal from a workflow standpoint. Do I actually look at what people send there? I do. I have the Twitch chat in one window and I have the YouTube chat in another window. But it's in my peripheral vision, so I don't always notice. But I see it eventually. Might just take a minute. Bypassing Blockbench and Blender, not Godot. That makes more sense. The fact that you can bypass Blockbench and Blender is pretty wild. I don't know how you're doing all that stuff then. All right, well, we were testing to see if we fixed the thing with the selection. I think we have. So if I make this, I just fill it up, Don't need to do more than that at the moment for this test. And then if I start selecting stuff, joink. There we go. No more overlap. Nice and clean. Still got to fix the thing with the floor. Where there's no outline here along the lower edge there of the floor. Or I guess it's the upper edge of the floor. That's easy. That's easy to fix, though. We just got to tell the... Oh, shoot. That might not actually be easy to fix. How are external editors and other scripting languages in Godot? You only tried GDScript in editor? There's lots of options for sure. We use C#, which you can edit C# in whatever you want. We use JetBrains Writer because that's what we like, and I've had a subscription? Subscription? I've had a subscription to JetBrains Writer. I got a FIVA, and the only prescription is more C#. But yeah, you can do all sorts of stuff. Most people probably would use VS Code. You can bind all sorts of languages to Godot. You can use C++. You can use Rust. I don't know what else you would use, but there's options. All right, so what we need to do... What are those mushrooms with the red hat and white dots called? I don't know. That's a good question. That's a certain kind of mushroom. I mean, its official name is the Amanita muscaria, but I feel like it has a different name. What do they call it in Stardew Valley? That's what I want to know. They just call it the red mushroom in Stardew Valley. Great. Shenanigans so far, you've got it generating the optimized messages the exact same you had in Blockbench with CLI options to control what faces to emit. Ooh, nice. Same as you had in the plugin. Your UVs and textures are coming out all wonky, though. We'll have to debug that more later. Yeah. That's very cool. That'll be really slick when you've ironed that all out. Your translator gives you red cap mushroom. I think that's better than Amanita muscaria, or however you pronounce that. I don't know Latin. I think red cap mushroom is pretty good name. That's probably what I would call it. So what we need to do is we need to tell the auto tiler not to render the bottom outline of the bulk unless oof. We essentially want to skip it if it happens to be part of the floor board. Here, I need to look at it. I need to look at it again. So, if we've got like this, we've got like this. So if it's part of a room, so like here, if we were looking at it like this, we'd still want the outline, right? Although, actually, we could still tell it to do that because we could have the tile below it render the outline instead. It's kind of nice. We'll just tell it not to do that if there's a floor piece below it. There's a floor piece below it. Well, no, yeah, that should work just fine. Let's do that. Carrick, you have a problem now. You know it's bad to make a big project as a first one, but now it's pretty big and there's no way out. That is the way. That is the way. It's okay to turn it into a smaller project. It's also okay to keep chipping away at it in its giant project form. There are some high risks with making a big project, mostly around motivation. All right, I want to change the rules for these two. So I want to say, so this should be, so key width w equals tile.layers.deckx. Key width, okay. So +2, this is the part where we do this. So if we have a floor piece below us and is it just that? Is it just if we have a floor piece below it? Is all of this kind of nonsense? And we don't have something in front of us, and we aren't cutting it away, or there isn't something below us. I kind of want to just see if we can get away with not doing any of this. Might look weird, but it might also work. So let's see. It'll only affect the X-facing blocks for now. Oh boy. Oh, I see a problem. So we can do this. We just need to change how the floor pieces work. Otherwise, we're just going to see holes in the ground. Oh, wait, did this not actually fix anything where it actually mattered? It did not. Oh, wait, maybe it did. Let's do a selection. Select right up to the wall. Oh, no, it still isn't doing it. Who is responsible for this? Holes.try get value. Oh, key with W. We're checking the same layer. We need to actually check the block. That's fine. We're increasing the number of these functions that actually use the block buffer, which is not great, but it's fine. It's fine. We have it. We might as well use it. So we'll pass it in to these ones. So we'll just say blocks, blocks. All right, so we got access to the block data here. So all we really need to do then is say, so instead of this, we just ask if blocks dot has, or blocks dot we'd say blocks key dot xyz dot has block dot forms dot deck. So we just got to check to make sure there's a floor under us, and if there is, then we don't need to think about this at all. And then what about this check? Mask is not equal to null and mask contains key xyz. So if mask is not equal to null and mask contains dot key xyz, okay. Or mask is null and the deck is hull. I see. All right, we have to get the hull type of this. Why do we have to get the hull type of this? Can this be this or this? Can we just get rid of this part? Will this work? I don't know about the mask check. I don't know if we actually need that. Maybe we do. We probably do, and I don't understand why at this exact moment. Okay, we still got a problem there. That's okay. We need to just change. We still need to change some rules about how the floor renders. Okay, okay, we're doing it. Okay, the wall has stopped. Oh, dang it. And now it's back to doing it again. Oh, no, it's not. Sick. All right, we fixed it. So on this side, we don't have the outline running all the way to the wall like this. This doesn't work. On this side, it does work. With an important caveat. You gotta go? Should check out your game later? Yeah, I'll check it out on the Discord. When I've got a moment. I'm excited to see it. Thanks for hanging out today. Oh, it should render here as well. Why isn't it doing that? Oh, because of the stupid... I see. I'm actually not sure how to fix that. Let's fix this first, because this seems like an easy thing to fix. We need to tell the floor pieces to behave differently. So the floor piece needs to render its outlined version when there is a wall next to it. All right, and so that's your -x boundary. Okay. That should be x plus 1. Okay. Let's go back up to that side here. And that T is good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to say, so x plus 1, we're going to look, we're going to find, we're going to say key minus vector 3i dot x. We need to say and not hulls dot try get value key minus vector 3i dot x out discard. Actually, I want to put this one up here. Oh, key minus x3i dot with, we're going to say this, key minus with w equals int tile dot layers dot bulk x. So this will look at the wall up above, and if there isn't a wall there, or if there is a wall there, it will take over responsibility of drawing the outline. That should be fine. See how that works. That should plug that hole we were saying. Not really, huh? Wait, why is it messing up that outline? Let's see. Let's do a check here. It doesn't look like it's drawing the black outline. It looks like it's just we're just getting the dark outline from underneath here. Actually, we should be able to see all the way through this, huh? Maybe that is working in that case, but it's causing some problems elsewhere, like right here. Why are you having an issue? And what happens when I fill this back up? Oh. Where did I put that? I put that here. X plus 1. That should be correct. X plus 1, yeah. We're interested in this. Oh, but I put this in the wrong... Oopsies. Oopsie. It's not supposed to be an X tile. It's supposed to be in Z tile. That explains it. So it should be like around here. Key minus vector 3i dot x with w is tile layers bulk x. That should work. Oh boy. There's something weird going on there. there's a cutaway thing. We need to add some logic for the cutaway. So right now we're just checking the cutaway. Can we just say has any? Key.xyz. Cutaways are per block, right? Oh, maybe not. No, they are. They have to be. No way cutaways are per face. All right, so in that case, we should be able to say has any. We should be able to say cutaways.full extents.full bulk or that should get rid of that striping we were saying. No, it didn't. It did not. Huh. Oh, the has any is... Hold on a second. Cutaway is key.x. Oh, my... I see. I see. So this is saying, is the thing behind us not cut away? All right, if holes try get value, so if the hole behind us, it's not the same material as us, that's a problem for sure. So it needs to be the same material. All right, and if the cutaway for that behind us here, so it has to not either be fully cut away okay, and the hole behind us for the bulk there needs to be a bulk behind us. So we want to get rid of the line when our tile is being cut away. We skip this whole thing if we're being cut away. Great. Okay. So we know we're having a cutaway. So we just got to get rid of this outline. We can get rid of this outline. We can get rid of this outline if our neighboring hull is the same as ours, which is true. And we aren't fully cutting away the tile behind us. we're not drawing the wall behind us. And then there's still this mask stuff. Huh, this is kind of weird. I would have thought, based on my reading of this, I'd expect these lines to go away. What's really annoying is sometimes... Is it possible this is bleeding through from below or something? It's a little weird that I'm seeing this overlap like this, for one thing. And then it becomes this. Okay, this part seems to be working just fine. This part is not working. This weird interiority thing. Why is this the default? I'm just going to start disabling stuff and see where this is happening. It's going to look super weird while I test this. So it's not there. Oh, is it possible that it's... I wonder if this is the... If it's actually doing the correct behavior on the front, and what's actually happening is the tile behind it, the outline from that tile is shining through. That is actually probably what's happening. So that would be y plus 1 or y plus 2. Oh, that's just x plus 2. Okay, so we also need to make sure that that is working correctly. So x plus 2. So if we're drawing, that's because we're not overlapped. So we should get rid of our outline. I'm just going to test this by just permanently getting rid of that outline. We're just going to say this. We're just going to default to that and see if that's what's causing the problem. That seems like a good way to test it. Yeah, so that outline, the lower right outline here is just gone, which is what we want, because we want to see if that's bleeding through and is causing this effect. We want to test it. It looks like the answer is no. Okay, so we know for sure that that's not what's happening. That's good. That's good. It's good to know. Is it coming through somewhere else? Is it one of the deck X layers? I've tried to debug these sorts of things before. I spent all this time figuring, like, testing all this stuff, and it being this, like, hidden thing underneath that, like, I wasn't expecting. check one more thing in the service of towards that end here, which is I want to just hide the DEC layers, or I want to specifically hard code it so that we only use the one without the top layer here. Plowman325, hello. How's it going? Welcome in. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the tile set. I'm looking for this weird object. What is it called? Auto tile mapping. Good and me. I'm doing good, thanks. We're working on some little bugs with our auto tiler here. So y+1. Okay, yeah, we want to get rid of that top outline, and I'm tempted to say that that's bleeding through from below. It shouldn't, but I just want to eliminate that as a possibility. So that's y+1. So we're going to similarly just always remove that outline, just so we can see if its presence is causing this effect. It shouldn't be, but you know, crazier things have happened. What are you coding? I'm coding a block editor tool that's also got this big auto tiler into it. So it's a way for us to render a 3D space in like isometric 2D, and we're messing around with the auto tiling rules to try to fix something. Okay, so that is not doing anything. Interesting. Looks cool. Thank you. Yeah, we're working on it for kind of an isometric 2D take on FTL, faster than light. This kind of, we're working on the tech that's going to power that rendering system. All right, so that didn't seem to be the source. Disappointing. What if we just skip this? What if we just returned default all the time? Let's just eliminate. I want to make absolutely sure that no other layers are interfering with this. Okay, we know for sure that no other layer is interfering with that because we're just not rendering them. So that helps. Helps with my sanity here. So this is definitely the culprit. So why are your lower outlines not cooperating? Probably because we didn't give you any rules by which to figure this out. Continue this process of elimination here and find whether it's the x+1 or the x+2 outline that's causing the problems. I suspect it's the x+1, and this test should prove that. Yep. Okay, cool. So it definitely is. It's definitely the upper left outline that is causing the problem. Cool, cool, cool. Tight, tight, tight. All right. Well, now that we know where the problem is, we can fix it. Try to do a stretch, almost like fell back in my chair. Excuse me. All right, so this isn't helping the way we were hoping it would. But this is just checking to see if there's a bulk behind us. So for some reason, one of these conditionals is messing us up here. I guess I'm going to continue to try to figure out which one. It's probably this one, the one that we just added, because this behavior was not happening before. Yeah. But that behavior was the thing that was getting this to work right? Oh no, it was just working fine. Interesting. We need to fix that. That's annoying. We actually need it to outline. In any case where there's a... Okay, I see where this problem came up. I basically looked at this and I was like, all right, we need it to outline whenever there's a bulk above. But there's an important caveat. We don't want to happen if that bulk is being cut away. We only want to do that if it's here, if it's present. So we can add this line back. So if not hulls, try get value. So if you can't find this, so this is not the full deck cutaway. What we want is to say, and cutaways e.xyz minus vector 3i.x dot has cutaway dot expense dot full bulk. Will that by itself just work? Oh boy. It seems to have made things much worse. Interesting. So no, that needs to be nested. So it needs to be, if there isn't this, but there is this. No, that's not distinct. That's not different. It doesn't help either. This should be easy. This should be easy, but my brain feels a little stuck on it. So we're getting the right behavior in this case. But we want to fix both problems. We want to fix this problem, which is we've got this cutaway. So we should be able to bypass it if we have a cutaway. So if we're cutting these away, oh, is it this? So if there is a thing here, if there isn't a thing here, or if we're cutting it away. I think this works. Let's see here. Or cutaways key.xyz minus vector3i.x.has. Oh, this one. Let's see if that works. That might be it. Oh, looks like we fixed that. Yep, okay, no more weird striped outline pattern. Does it still work when we cut it away, though? Like this. Yes. What if I do this, like, cross through? Yes. Hell yes. This selection is being a little weird. Why can't I see it from the floor piece above? Oh, we need to teach the floor to do it, too. So we need this floor piece to defer to the piece below it. And that's just kind of adding that same little rule that we had from the bulk X to the deck X, right? I think so, because we're just missing one more outline here, it looks like. So I added a line here somewhere. Oh, I just got rid of a ton of stuff. Is that all? Can we just do the same thing here? Very cool. Thanks, Skywalk. Yeah, we got some overlays interacting with the system now too, which is getting them all to play nice is a little bit of a trick, but we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, so we're going to try replacing... Which one did I say? Y plus 2. Okay. Try to simplify the y plus 2 logic here. Y plus 2. So we're going to just have it be this instead. Get rid of everything else. Like this. Oh, you need to know about this too now? Everybody just needs to know about this. Is there another way to get you to know about this? Is there a reason we can't just use the whole thing? So why are we using block? Block's not has deck. Can't we just say holes.tryGetValue? Is there a reason it has to be this and not just this? Blocks.has forms. Holes.tryGetValue. Oh, it's because this line, this deck equals hull thing. I think this is a problem. I want to see if that still works before we change all of this stuff. Yeah, that seems to be working just fine. I think I jumped the gun on requiring us to actually read the block data in here. Because I really don't want to pass that in. I know I did for something yesterday. Or not yesterday, last week. I don't remember what it was. Does this all still work? Sort of. Yeah, okay. Slick. We just gotta teach the floor pieces up there to do the same thing as the wall. Oh, okay, I see that outer parentheses doesn't do anything. So what we want to do, we like this. We want to tell you to do the same here. So it's y plus 2, I think. So we just get rid of all of these checks, I think, is what we're saying. Kind of crazy. Might work. That's why I get worried when I just eliminate a whole bunch of auto tiling rules and everything seems fine. I'm like, why were these here? Why were these even here then? Oh, that's a little weird. Let's redo that. We're having some issues when you try to build right at the edge. It causes the cutaway system to go a little funky. I think it has to do with the limitation the cutaway system has with like maybe possibly negative numbers. That seems not good. Whatever's happening there, whatever. Seems to be working okay. What if I select up to there? That's still not working really. Okay. Let's make sure I wrote that kind of correctly. Okay, so if we have this, z equals key.z plus 1, w is tile.layers.bulk, positive z bulk. This mask thing. Oh, this is not the thing. Mask is null. Oh no, this should be fine. It should be fine. Mask is not even null and mask contains. Huh. Well, time to test here where this might be coming from. All right, we're heading into ads over on Twitch. All right, quick sanity check here. We see that the lower right outline is being destroyed. It's just being omitted in every case, which is good because that lets us test this. Boink. Okay, so that is where the problem is. All right. This is such a limited. I guess it's important to do this because we want to understand how the layer priority kind of works, and we want to make sure that we can overlay things in a way that works consistently. So it is good. It is a good thing to, you know, make sure we know what we're doing here. So why isn't that triggering when we do it all regular? I mean, I know why it's this. Or mask is null. If mask is null, mask is not null. I'm just going to make sure that this isn't it. I have a significant concern that this is it. It shouldn't be, though. But, you know, that's what always gets you when you're debugging. You're like, well, it can't be this, so I'm not going to bother validating that it's this. And it's like, no, it was exactly that. So. Oh, I would have expected this to be a more lenient set of rules, but it seems to be more strict, what I just did. Well, this is definitely it. Can we just get rid of this part? I don't think so, but I'm curious to see. Oh, maybe I can. Maybe that section does literally nothing for me. Cool. Oh, that seems to be working. Wait, why is it working on the other side? Oh, hold on a second. This side is working. This one. Weird. Weird, 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 weird. All right, I guess we'll try to restore this back to the state that it was in before. Let's see if that continues to work. I don't totally understand how that's possible. Oh, okay, so it does work in this case. That's weird. So it already works in this case. Suspicious. But if I hollow this out, it's going to stop working. Oh, too hollow. We made it too hollow. Okay, that's what I thought. Can we just do a simple thing? Can we get rid of all of this other junk? Should probably do this better. I think all we actually need to ask, we just need to say, yeah, if there's anything below there, just go for it. If there's anything below us, we defer to the thing below us, and the thing below us can set the outline. That seems reasonable. That's kind of the direction I'm heading. Because then the thing below it can still set the outline, and something else can, like, intercede. Yep, there we go. Okay. That was easy. Oh, that's not. So why doesn't that do anything? Whose fault is this? That's what I want to know. Oh, never mind. This should actually work from this side. Like if I do that. Yeah, okay, we did fix it. I just forgot we only fixed it for one face. We have to go back and update that for the other faces. And what if we've got like this sort of thing? Oh, it's working. All right. I really want to get rid of all those corner dots. They're really kind of harshing my vibe at this point, but it's okay. We'll get there soon. All right, so now we just got to copy the changes over from the X to the Y here. I would love if we could simplify these auto tiling rules like this kind of across the board here. That would make my life a lot easier. So we need to do the same kind of check, but we need to do it for the other side here. Wait. It's just plus, not minus. We're just projecting the changes we made to the other side here. So y plus 2, that's fine. I wonder if we could just get rid of this. I wonder. This whole our material has to be the same as ours thing. Not great. I don't know about that. I'm going to leave it in for a second and we'll mess around with it. All right, we shouldn't have any of these issues now. Oh, missed one. Missed one somewhere. Oh, I think we added the line to the wrong bit here. Deck.z. Yeah, I added this to the wrong. I was about to do it again. Wait, hold on a second. Are these named incorrectly? Yeah, they are. Oh, we have a problem in one spot here. Why are you being weird like that? I think I've mixed up some things. Yeah, I definitely have. All right. To the source. How the hell is this arranged? It's y plus 1. Oh. Was it right and I'm wrong? No, no, no. Okay, so... Yeah. Tile.layers bulk y. Out. Cutaways. Da-da-da. I think I messed something else up, though. All right, where's the difference here? Oh, there it is. Such a weird thing to test. No one is ever going to select the inside of a solid chunk of blocks. Oh, that's not right. Huh. I see why there was that line about the mask and the containment in the mask. Okay, I can fix that. Let's check the other thing out first, though. Oh, we're not quite there. We're still missing something. It's probably an issue with the bulk. Yeah. Hey, Amanda. How's it going? All right, so there's an issue with this part of the bulk here. And also this. I need to add back in the check that prevents that. All right, and that is to the reference. It is y plus 2. All right. Y plus 2. Hold on a second. Bulk X tile. Y plus 2. This should actually not allow this to happen. Actually, no, that's the correct... well... That's interesting. I have to think about that problem more. Let's fix the other problem. So what about this? Doesn't match. These look identical. How.layers.deckx. How.layers.deckY. That's so far so good here. You're having some hibiscus tea today? Nice. I'm finishing up my, I don't know, Trader Joe's tea. It's a black tea of some kind. I think it's English breakfast. It's good. It's almost done. The worst part about it is that it's almost over. I'm almost out of tea. All right, why is this behaving differently? Does out of tea influence in any way, shape, or form when the stream ends? No, thankfully. What influences when the stream ends is my meeting, which is in like 20 minutes. It's either meetings or a need to do laundry. Those are usually the two things that determine when a stream ends. Yeah, so why is this line not being freed up on this side, but it is on this side? Oh, it's working here, though. Curious. Just not here. Curious. Oh, there's some... Oh, I think it's a floor panel that's actually causing this problem. That doesn't... No, that doesn't make sense. Never mind. That's crazy talk. Yeah, the floor panel is trying. Oh, the floor panel is making a mistake, actually. Maybe it is the floor panel. Yeah, it must be. Okay, so that's the... Which one is that? That's a y+1 problem. All right, here we go. Shenanigans, you've never been a fan of tea. You tried to get into it a few times. Other than a specific chai tea, you've had at a Thai restaurant before, it's not for you. That's fair. I really like tea. I probably haven't always really liked tea. Like, I definitely used to pretty much only drink coffee. But now I've gotten to the point where I can have, like, a big cup of coffee in the morning, maybe one in the afternoon, but, like, it's not a drink I can have all the time, whereas, like, tea I can just drink. And if I get over-caffeinated, I can just drink, like, an herbal tea or something. It's really nice. Especially now that I talk a lot. I talk all the time because I'm talking on stream and stuff. It's really nice to have a tea with me. My problem, which is the thing I need to get over, I need to be able to have a tea without having, like, a snack. I need to resist the urge to go get, like, a little bag of tea snacks, like a little bag of cookies or something. That's my guilty pleasure. All right, so we think there's a problem with the Z layer for the decks. I would bet that the problem is in here. with y plus 1. Yeah, I bet it is. X plus 1. Looking for the difference. Looking for the difference here. Don't see it yet, but it's here somewhere. These look identical, which is concerning. Is it y plus 1? Yeah, it is. Oh, no, it's y plus 2. Or... no, it's y plus 1. Well, that's annoying. This section is identical to this section, and that's kind of the only place I could imagine this problem is living. So that's concerning. I guess we just do a hard check. I guess I could do a check right here. Or is this the same? Yeah, it is. All right. Why? We're running out of time. I want to finish this. I would like to finish this. What's an easy way to validate whether this is working or not? I guess it's possible the problem is in the wall still and not the floor. There's a lot of... it's a little ambiguous sometimes who overwrites who. The fact that... so we've got this selection on both sides. It works on this side. Doesn't work on this side. It works on this side, though. And this side. So that, to me, indicates that it's a problem with the floor. That is the thing that indicates to me. The floor is not working right. But maybe that's not true, because it's working here. And here it's not. All right, well, I'm pretty confident the floor is working the same, so I guess the problem has to be here in the wall somewhere. Pardon me. Oh, this could be it. It doesn't say this on the other one, does it? Oh, it does. That raises the question of, like, why is this working? Because that seems wrong. What if I just get rid of this part? I know I need that for something, but let's just try to figure out where this problem is. Watch it be just totally fine without that part. Okay, now it works. Huh. And I'm sorry, what do I need that part for? I don't know why we have that. Oh, that's weird. Okay, I see an additional rule we need to add for the walls, but let's worry about that later. Okay, so that works. So what I did is I just removed this part of the check, which makes sense. The real question is, why isn't that a problem on this side? Why is that only a problem on the other side? Or this, or... Oh. Oh, it's this or statement. This isn't supposed to be an or. It's supposed to be an and. I mean, that explains why it's not doing anything. All right, we're going to leave it like messy like this, just until I'm satisfied that these conditionals don't mean anything. I would love to get rid of a bunch of these, because this has been getting complicated. I don't like competing with another voice. All right, I think we did it though. I think we've addressed all of the overlapping issues that we were trying to address here. There's one set that's left that I think I'll sort out tonight, which would be great because I would love to switch to adding the corner cases so that we can get rid of all these annoying little dots everywhere. It seems to be working, with a couple of exceptions. All right, super cool. What if I do this like crazy, like cross region? Oh, I guess that was a terrible test. What if we do it from like here? Actually, what I should do is I should get the terrace thing going and see what that... Oh, that's not good. Oh, the bulk Z needs this rule too. Okay, well, we spotted another issue. That's good. The bulk Z needs to know when to draw that line there. Okay, it seems to do okay for the selection, but not for the regular piece. You're done with your work for the day. You're going to take another crack at trying to sort out your EVs. Good luck. Good luck. I think we're going to wrap it up here and pick it back up again tomorrow because, yeah, I got a meeting in 5 minutes. But, yeah, this was fun. I feel like we got a lot done. Enjoyed a nice cup of tea, hung out. Skywalk. Skywalk. I seem to have a lot of me as in me. You're saying I seem to have a lot of fixes. I don't seem to remember what for. Maybe it's time to comment some of them. No. Never. Thanks for the stretch. Project Unfarmed. And the hydrate. MD Fury, how's it going? It's going good. We're wrapping up. Sorry to say, but we'll be back tomorrow. We'll never comment our code, Skywalk. If I can't remember why I did something and it doesn't seem to be affecting anything, we're going to delete the code. We delete that line of code. unless I can remove it and see why it should be there, that code is going away. The best I'll do is comment it out for a time so that we have a little bit of a time to test whether we actually needed it or not. But yeah, that's what we're doing. All right. My Discord's exploding. Oh, okay, that's fun. I'll check in on the Discord. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Maximum warp. Logic was impeccable, Captain.